My presentation is on the beauty of writing, how different grammatical structures influence emotional responses and the perception of beauty in language. It is important to me as an English major and as someone who wants to teach English that I understand the nuances of the language. With all art comes a bit of subjectivity, and perhaps the phrase that beauty is in the eye of the beholder rings true. I find it interesting how different people come to navigate the language, but more importantly, what resonates with them from literature, poetry, or even more experimental forms of writing like tweets or posts. That is where I'm trying to find a common thread from the responses I find. Okay, so to collect my data, obviously I gotta go out and see what people think. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do a survey of 10 anonymous responders at a park. And then the second thing is a interview with 3 people. First, I head to the Wilkins Greenway here in my hometown of Weiner, Georgia. I set up my dinky survey desk and wait for the responses. From the responses, I found 6 things in common: emotional resonance, imagery and sensory detail, distinctive voice and perspective, flow, world building and scope, and simplicity. The common thread is writing that makes you feel, imagery that makes you feel. The way an author can set up a scene, make you fall in love with a character and their motivations, introduce a world with other people they interact with, a world full of love and attachment. With all the familiar heartbreaks and tragedies in one too. Okay, sorry, that was dramatic. My next step in my research is interviews. So I interviewed 3 people: Chris, Tracy, and Rebecca. Now, they were unavailable for a recorded in-person interview, although they answered my questions through a Google form that I sent them. They just sent the responses, and they answered an additional 3 questions in comparison to the survey in which they answered 2 questions. Wait, so then what am I going to do? How am I going to show the interviews? Well, I have some stand-ins. I have some stand-ins for the interviews. I'm going to be using a automated voice to speak for them in the responses, and I will put in these just for visual representation of my interviewees.
Love The Lord of the Rings, but I would probably have to say that my favorite piece of writing is the Bible. The Bible is not only inspired writing, I believe it is God-breathed and useful for spiritual formation and the basis of hope for my life.
I think children's literature is really beautiful because those books are very simple and easy to understand, and yet very deep at the same time. I'm an elementary teacher, so I appreciate writing that can evoke emotion while also being easily understandable.
I am most impacted by and aware of the emotions that writing can make readers feel, or if there are characters, what writing can put characters through and how they endure in it, what it produces out of them. And because I am also a visual learner, imagery and metaphors help me better understand and connect with a text, and also gives insight to how the author thinks.
Okay, so in conclusion, I did not get the answers I thought I was going to get. I thought I was going to get a lot more grammar based answers, mentioning prose, sentence structure, just anything grammar related. I didn't really get much of that, although I do still think that grammar has a role in this. It has a role that maybe goes a bit unnoticed, but despite that, I'll say in short, beautiful writing is memorable writing. It's writing that just stays with you. It makes an impact on your life, whether it's poetic, whether it's lyrical, whether it's in a book, or it's a text message somebody sent you. I believe writing, and specifically beautiful writing, is just writing with an artistic vision. It's writing with meaning behind it. Yeah, I got it. Thank you.